In the not-so-distant future, Earth stood on the precipice of a new era. Having narrowly avoided ecological collapse, humanity had begun to unite, stitching the fabric of their world back together with threads of hope and technological marvels. Yet it was from beyond the confines of their blue planet that the true catalyst for change emerged. It began as a whisper in the void, a sequence of signals that defied all known natural phenomena, captured by a web of satellites that encircled Earth like a crown of silver thorns. The world's greatest minds converged, pooling their knowledge and resources in a race against time and uncertainty. This signal, originating from a star system thousands of light-years away, was neither random nor natural. It was unmistakably an invitation, an interstellar SOS that echoed through the cosmos, seeking anyone, anything capable of understanding its plea. The United Nations, reborn from the ashes of old conflicts and power struggles, spearheaded the initiative. Project Prometheus was born, a program of unprecedented scale and ambition, aimed at constructing humanity's first interstellar spacecraft, the UNS Vanguard. It was a testament to human ingenuity, powered by fusion reactors and equipped with experimental faster-than-light engines, a marvel that bridged the gap between science fiction and reality. The crew, selected from the finest minds and bravest souls across the globe, represented the pinnacle of human potential. Captain Elena Santos, a decorated pilot and astrophysicist, led the mission with a calm resolve. Her second-in-command, Lieutenant Commander Rajiv Chowdhury, a genius in propulsion systems and alien languages, offered a balance of humor and insight. Alongside them, a diverse team of scientists, engineers, and diplomats prepared to embark on a journey that spanned the stars. As the Vanguard's engines roared to life, casting a brilliant light against the darkness of space, humanity watched with bated breath. This was more than a mission of exploration and discovery. It was a leap into the unknown, a testament to the human spirit's unyielding desire to reach out, to learn, and to help. The signal guided them across the void, past the familiar constellations and into uncharted territories, where the relics of a civilization long gone whispered secrets of a galaxy teeming with life and conflict. These remnants, scattered across moons and planets, told stories of the Zelthorans, a species that had once thrived on harmony and innovation, now on the brink of extinction. As the Vanguard journeyed deeper into the cosmos, it became clear that the signal was not just a call for help, but a beacon of hope, drawing together those who believed in the possibility of a better future. With each passing day, the crew of the Vanguard grew closer to their destination, to the source of the signal, and to a meeting that would forever change the course of human history. The signal, once a mysterious whisper in the night, now thundered like a drumbeat of destiny, leading humanity not just beyond Earth, but into the heart of a cosmic saga that spanned the universe. As the UNS Vanguard hurtled through the star-streaked void, guided by the enigmatic signal, the crew adjusted to life in the deep cosmos, a routine punctuated by moments of awe at the universe's vast beauty and terrifying emptiness. The spacecraft itself, a marvel of human engineering and unity, was a bubble of earthly normalcy amid the endless unknown. Its corridors echoed with the footsteps of its diverse crew, each member a story, a dream, woven into the fabric of this historic mission. The journey, though fraught with the technical challenges of faster-than-light travel and the psychological weight of isolation, was also marked by discovery. The Vanguard's path was strategically plotted to intercept drifting artifacts and abandoned outposts, relics of the Zelthoran civilization whose plea had reached Earth. Each site was a puzzle piece, revealing the galaxy's rich history and the Zelthorans' legacy of innovation and peace, tragically cut short by an unseen menace. Captain Santos and her crew were the first humans to set eyes on technology that bent the laws of physics, architectures that soared in defiance of gravity, and artworks that captured the essence of a species whose voice had been silenced. With every discovery, the mission's focus shifted subtly, from a rescue operation to an archaeological salvage, piecing together the story of the galaxy's inhabitants and their downfall. It was on the desolate moon of a gas giant, orbiting a dying star, that destiny awaited. The signal, now stronger and more complex, led the crew to an underground facility, its entrance half buried under alien sands. The airlock hissed open to reveal a preservation chamber, within which lay the last hope of the Zelthoran species, stasis pods containing the final survivors. The Zelthorans, slender and ethereal with their luminous skin and large, expressive eyes, were a stark contrast to their human saviors. Their gratitude, though wordless, was palpable, communicated through gestures and the universal language of relief. Among them was Lear, a scientist whose knowledge of the galaxy's perils and secrets would prove invaluable. With Lear's guidance, the crew learned of the Devourers, a nomadic swarm that consumed worlds, leaving nothing but barren rock in their wake. The Zelthorans had fought valiantly but were overwhelmed, their pleas for help scattered into the cosmos as their final act of defiance and hope. The rendezvous with destiny was not the end, but the beginning. Armed with new allies and a purpose greater than exploration, the Vanguard set its course towards the heart of the galaxy, where the Devourer's next target lay. The mission had evolved from discovery to diplomacy, and now to defense. Humanity, in its audacity to reach out into the darkness, had found not only fellow survivors, but a cause worth fighting for. As the Vanguard resumed its journey, the crew felt a renewed sense of purpose. The vastness of space, once a daunting expanse of solitude, was now a battlefield on which the fate of countless worlds hung in the balance. With the Zelthorans among them, sharing their stories and strengths, humanity was no longer a lone wanderer in the night, but a beacon of hope in a galaxy teeming with life and strife. The revelation of the Zelthorans' plight and the looming threat of the Devourers shifted the trajectory of the UNS Vanguard's mission irreversibly. Captain Elena Santos, with the weight of new responsibilities, convened a historic assembly aboard the spacecraft. The meeting brought together the human crew and their Zelthoran guests, marking the first official interspecies council in human history. Under the soft glow of the conference room, humanity and Zelthoran representatives sat as equals, united by a common goal. Lear, the Zelthoran scientist, stood beside Captain Santos, serving as both translator and advisor. With a voice that resonated with a subtle musical quality, Lear unfolded the galactic map of Devourer incursions, highlighting the strategic points in their pattern of destruction. It became clear that the Devourers were not mindless predators, but a highly organized entity with a methodical approach to consuming life-bearing worlds. The Zelthorans proposed an alliance, not just of mutual defense, but of shared knowledge and resources. They offered humanity their advanced technology, including energy weapons, faster-than-light communication devices, and shielding systems, in exchange for sanctuary and Earth's support in rallying other endangered species. The proposal was met with a mix of awe and trepidation among the human crew. To accept was to declare Earth a participant in a cosmic conflict far beyond their previous understanding of the universe. Captain Santos, with the support of her crew, accepted the alliance, marking the birth of the human Zelthoran coalition. The decision was broadcast back to Earth, receiving an outpouring of support and solidarity. Humanity, in its characteristic resilience, refused to stand by while others suffered. The Earth's governments, unified under the banner of this new cause, began preparations for what was to come, mobilizing resources and initiating a global defense initiative. With the alliance formalized, the Vanguard set course for the nearest system threatened by the Devourers, a world known to the Zelthorans as Ixion, home to a species of sentient aquatic beings. The journey was tense, with the crew and their new allies working tirelessly to integrate Zelthoran technology into the Vanguard systems, enhancing its capabilities. Upon reaching Ixion, the Vanguard found itself in a standoff. The Ixionites, aware of the approaching Devourers but wary of outsiders, initially mistook the human Zelthoran alliance for another threat. It took a display of vulnerability and goodwill. Captain Santos and Lear, alongside a small team, disembarked their ship unarmed, to convince the Ixionites of their true intentions. The first contact with the Ixionites was fraught with misunderstandings, but through patience and Lear's diplomatic expertise, a dialogue was established. The Ixionites, with their advanced bioengineering and underwater cities, offered a new perspective and capabilities in the fight against the Devourers. In return, they sought protection and a place in the growing coalition. As the Vanguard departed Ixion, now with Ixionite ambassadors on board, a message from Earth reached Captain Santos. It was a declaration of Earth's readiness, not just to defend its own, but to stand with their new allies against the Devourers. The message, filled with words of unity and courage, was broadcast across the coalition, serving as a rallying cry for the battles ahead. The alliance, once a desperate gamble, had grown into a beacon of hope. The Vanguard, with its diverse crew of humans, Zelthorans, and now Ixionites, represented a cross-section of the galaxy's potential for unity in the face of adversity. They were not just a crew on a mission, but the vanguard of a new galactic community, fighting not just for survival, but for the right of all beings to live free from fear. The UNS Vanguard, now a symbol of interstellar unity and defiance, charted its course through the galaxy with newfound allies aboard. As the coalition of human, Zelthoran, and Ixionite representatives grew in strength and number, so did their determination to confront the Devourers head-on. The upcoming battle represented not just a fight for survival, but a stand against a force that threatened the very fabric of galactic civilization. Under Captain Elena Santos's leadership, the coalition's strategy began to take shape. Utilizing the Zelthorans' advanced technology and the Ixionites' bioengineering prowess, the Vanguard was transformed into a flagship of a rapidly assembling fleet. This fleet, comprised of vessels from each member species, was a patchwork of technologies and designs, a testament to the diversity and ingenuity of the coalition. The first skirmish occurred on the fringes of the Devourer-occupied territory. A scouting squadron, led by Lieutenant Commander Rajiv Chowdhury, encountered a Devourer harvester fleet, monstrous ships that stripped planets of their resources and life. The battle was fierce and chaotic, with the coalition forces leveraging their agility and advanced shielding to outmaneuver the larger, slower Devourer ships. The victory was narrow but decisive, providing a much-needed morale boost and proving that the Devourers were not invincible. News of the skirmish and the coalition's victory spread through the galaxy like wildfire, igniting hope in occupied and threatened systems. More species, previously hidden or resigned to their fate, reached out to join the coalition, each bringing their unique contributions to the fight. The Galactic Coalition, as it came to be known, became a melting pot of cultures and technologies, united under a common banner of resistance. The war escalated quickly, with multiple fronts opening across the galaxy. Earth and its colonies, now heavily fortified and bustling with activity, served as the coalition's logistical and strategic hub. Humanity's capacity for rapid adaptation and innovation made them invaluable leaders in the war effort. A pivotal moment came with the Siege of Tarax, a strategic system under threat of Devourer occupation. The coalition deployed its largest fleet yet, with the Vanguard at its vanguard, initiating a daring assault on the Devourer blockade. The battle was a spectacle of light and shadow, as energy weapons lit up the dark expanse of space, and ships danced between volleys of fire. The Tarax offensive was a masterclass in coalition warfare, showcasing the strength of unity and strategic diversity. Ixionite bioships healed allied vessels mid-battle, while Zelthoran energy weapons cut through Devourer shields. Human pilots executed complex maneuvers, drawing Devourer forces into traps set by the combined fleet. Victory at Tarax was a turning point, securing a critical system and providing a foothold for further offensives. The coalition, once disparate and uncoordinated, had become a formidable force, capable of challenging the Devourers on equal footing. The success at Tarax served as a beacon of hope for the galaxy, a sign that the tide of the war could be turned. Yet the war was far from over. The Devourers, sensing the threat posed by the coalition, began to adapt, deploying new, more formidable forms and strategies. The Galactic Coalition faced the challenge head-on, with humanity, Zelthorans, and Ixionites leading the charge. Each victory and defeat shaped the coalition, forging it into a united front that stood as the galaxy's best hope for survival and freedom. The saga of the Galactic Coalition, with Earth and the Vanguard at its heart, was a testament to the power of unity in the face of adversity. Across the cosmos, stories of the Coalition's bravery and sacrifice inspired countless worlds to join the fight, each contributing to the ever-growing tapestry of resistance. The war against the Devourers was not just a battle for territory, but a crusade for the soul of the galaxy, fought by a coalition that represented the best of what the universe had to offer. The tide of the war had shifted, with the Galactic Coalition achieving strategic victories against the Devourers. However, a new challenge emerged that tested the resolve and unity of the coalition like never before. The Devourers, in a desperate bid to quash the burgeoning threat, launched a direct assault on the solar system, the heart of human civilization and the symbolic center of the coalition's resistance. The Siege of Sol was not just a battle for territory. It was an attack aimed at demoralizing the coalition and decimating the driving force behind the galactic uprising. The Devourers' approach was detected early, thanks to the advanced warning systems established throughout the coalition's territories. The news sent shockwaves across Earth and its colonies, sparking a flurry of activity as humanity prepared to defend its home. The solar system was fortified, with every available ship, including the UNS Vanguard, called back to defend the cradle of humanity. Captain Elena Santos faced the greatest challenge of her career. The defense of Sol required not just military might, but the unity of the entire coalition. She spearheaded the efforts to coordinate the coalition's forces, weaving together the strengths of each species into a cohesive defense strategy. The Zelthorans provided advanced shielding technology to protect key installations, while the Ixionites fortified Earth's orbital defenses with their bioengineered constructs. As the Devourer fleet emerged from the darkness of space, a sense of dread fell over the solar system. The enemy was numerous, their ships blotting out the stars. The battle commenced with a barrage of energy fire that lit up the void, a violent ballet of destruction and defiance. Humanity and its allies stood firm, their resolve unbroken by the onslaught. The skies above Earth became a battlefield of epic proportions. Human pilots, alongside their Zelthoran and Ixionite counterparts, engaged the Devourer swarm in a desperate struggle to protect their home. The Vanguard, leading the charge, became a beacon of hope, rallying the coalition forces with its fearless incursions into the heart of the enemy fleet. The Siege of Sol was a testament to human tenacity and the strength of unity. The coalition's diverse tactics and technologies confounded the Devourers, who had underestimated the resolve of their adversaries. Ground defenses, bolstered by coalition forces, repelled landing parties, while spaceborne engagements pushed the enemy back inch by hard-fought inch. The turning point came when a daring counteroffensive, led by Captain Santos and a squadron of elite pilots, penetrated the Devourer command ship's defenses. Inside, they deployed a virus, developed by coalition scientists, designed to disrupt the hive-mind coordination of the Devourer fleet. The gamble paid off. Without their synchronized command structure, the Devourer ships fell into disarray, providing an opening for the coalition forces to press their advantage. The battle raged for days, with every moment bought by the bravery and sacrifice of the coalition's defenders. As the final Devourer ships retreated, battered and broken, a cheer erupted across the solar system. Earth and its colonies had been saved, but the victory was bittersweet. The cost had been high, with countless lives lost and the scars of battle etched into the planets and moons of the solar system. The Siege of Sol was a pivotal moment in the war. It proved that the coalition could stand against the might of the Devourers, but it also highlighted the relentless threat the enemy posed. Humanity, having defended its home, emerged more united than ever, their spirits bolstered by the support of their galactic allies. The battle was over, but the war for the galaxy's soul continued, with the Galactic Coalition standing as a beacon of hope against the darkness. The aftermath of the Siege of Sol was a crucible from which the Galactic Coalition emerged stronger, more unified, and more determined than ever. The defense of the solar system had proven that when the galaxy's diverse species worked together, they could face seemingly insurmountable odds and prevail. It was a lesson that reverberated across the cosmos, inspiring unity and cooperation on an unprecedented scale. In the wake of their victory, Captain Elena Santos and the leaders of the coalition initiated a bold new strategy to expand the alliance beyond its current members, reaching out to other species that had either remained neutral or hidden in the shadows of the galactic conflict. The goal was clear: to form a united front so vast and diverse that it could bring the Devourers to their knees and restore peace to the galaxy. The diplomatic missions were fraught with challenges. Centuries of mistrust and isolation had made many species wary of joining a coalition that, in their eyes, had little chance of succeeding against a foe as relentless as the Devourers. Moreover, the The scars left by the Devourer's assaults on various worlds had sown fear and despair, making the task of convincing them to stand and fight all the more daunting. Yet, the Coalition had powerful emissaries in the survivors of the Siege of Sol. The tales of humanity's bravery, the technological marvels of the Zelthorans, and the bioengineering prowess of the Ixionites served as testament to the Coalition's strength and potential. Gradually, worlds began to open up, swayed by the promise of mutual protection and the vision of a galaxy united in its diversity. One by one, species joined the Coalition, each bringing their unique strengths to the table. The Cathara, a race of energy beings, offered their mastery over plasma and electromagnetic fields, enhancing the Coalition's fleet's defensive capabilities. The Ivrex, skilled in stealth and infiltration, provided critical intelligence on Devourer movements and vulnerabilities. Even the solitary Devor, known for their unmatched craftsmanship, supplied the Coalition with ships that were both beautiful and deadly. With each new member, the Coalition's strategy against the Devourers evolved. They no longer fought merely to defend, but to reclaim and liberate. A series of coordinated strikes, leveraging the unique capabilities of each species, began to turn the tide. Worlds once lost to the Devourers were freed, their people joining the cause with renewed hope and determination. The unity of species, as this era came to be known, was more than a military alliance. It was a cultural renaissance. Across Coalition worlds, species shared their knowledge, art, and traditions, weaving a rich tapestry of interstellar culture that stood as a defiant counterpoint to the Devourer's vision of a galaxy devoid of diversity and life. As the Coalition grew, so did its influence and reach. The Devourers, faced with an ever-expanding and increasingly coordinated opposition, began to falter. Their advance slowed, then stopped, as they were pushed back on multiple fronts. For the first time since the war began, there was a sense of hope that the galaxy could be freed from the shadow of annihilation. Captain Santos, reflecting on the journey from the depths of space back to Earth, and now across the galaxy, marveled at the transformation. The Coalition had become a family, bound not by blood, but by a shared dream of a peaceful and thriving galaxy. The unity of species was not just a military alliance, but a testament to the power of diversity, cooperation, and the indomitable spirit of life itself. The unity of species, emboldened by its growing strength and string of victories, set its sights on the ultimate goal, striking at the heart of the Devourer presence, a fortress world known ominously as the Nexus. This planet, shrouded in darkness and pulsing with malevolent energy, served as the command center for the Devourer swarm, orchestrating their galactic conquest. Liberating the Nexus would not only cripple the Devourers, but also symbolize the triumph of life and unity over destruction and despair. Captain Elena Santos, alongside the leaders of the Coalition, devised a plan that was as daring as it was dangerous. It required the full might of the Coalition's fleet, the collective ingenuity of its diverse species, and the courage of every soul willing to face the darkness. The plan was twofold: a feint to draw the bulk of the Devourer forces away from the Nexus, and a covert strike team to infiltrate the planet and disable its command network. The feint was a masterstroke of diversion, led by the Cathara and Ivrex, whose abilities in manipulation of energy fields and stealth, respectively, created a false signal that mimicked a large-scale Coalition fleet moving towards a different Devourer stronghold. As expected, the Devourers diverted their forces to counter this non-existent threat, leaving the Nexus relatively vulnerable. Meanwhile, the strike team, composed of elite operatives from various Coalition species and led by Captain Santos herself, embarked on their mission aboard the UNS Vanguard, now retrofitted for stealth and infiltration. Their approach to the Nexus was tense, a silent glide through the cold void, every crew member aware that the fate of the galaxy hung in the balance. The Nexus, up close, was a planet enshrouded in darkness, its surface a twisted landscape of unnatural structures and pulsating energy conduits. The strike team landed undetected, thanks to the Ivrex's cloaking technology, and began their perilous journey towards the planet's core, where the Devourer command network resided. The infiltration was fraught with danger. The Nexus was alive with the presence of the Devourers, its defenses a complex network of sentient machines and bioengineered monstrosities. The team fought bravely, their unity and shared resolve turning the tide of countless encounters as they delved deeper into the heart of darkness. At the planet's core, they discovered the true nature of the Devourers, not a single species, but a collective of minds enslaved by a dark will, a consciousness that fed on fear and destruction. The command network was a massive organic supercomputer, its tendrils extending throughout the Nexus, controlling the Devourer swarm with iron precision. The battle to disable the network was fierce, a chaotic symphony of energy blasts, psychic assaults, and the indomitable spirit of the Coalition's finest. In the end, it was a combination of Devore engineering, Cathara energy manipulation, and human determination that breached the network's defenses, allowing Captain Santos to deliver the final blow, a specially designed virus that freed the enslaved minds and shattered the dark will that had bound them. As the Nexus fell silent, the Devourer swarm across the galaxy descended into disarray, their unity broken, their purpose lost. The Coalition's forces, witnessing the collapse of their enemy's command structure, pressed their advantage, liberating world after world in a relentless surge of momentum. The liberation of the Nexus was more than a military victory. It was the dawn of a new era for the galaxy. The heart of darkness, once a beacon of fear and despair, had been extinguished by the light of unity and courage. The Galactic Coalition, standing amidst the ruins of the Nexus, vowed to rebuild, to heal the wounds of the war, and to forge a future where no species would ever again face the darkness alone. The victory at the Nexus was not just the end of the Devourers, but the beginning of a galactic renaissance, a testament to the power of diversity, cooperation, and the unyielding spirit of life itself. In the aftermath of the monumental victory at the Nexus, the galaxy breathed a collective sigh of relief. The Devourers, once a seemingly unstoppable scourge, were now leaderless and scattered, their unity shattered. Across the cosmos, worlds began to emerge from the shadow of fear, looking towards a future that was, for the first time in generations, filled with hope rather than despair. The Galactic Coalition, under the leadership of Captain Elena Santos and the assembled Council of Species, embarked on a mission of reconstruction and reconciliation. The devastation wrought by the war was extensive, with countless worlds left in ruins, their civilizations upended. However, the spirit of the Coalition, forged in the crucible of conflict, proved to be a powerful force for renewal. The rebuilding effort. A massive, galaxy-wide rebuilding effort was initiated, leveraging the diverse strengths and technologies of the Coalition's member species. The Zelthoran's advanced energy systems powered the reconstruction of devastated cities, while Ixionite bioengineering healed scarred landscapes and revived ecosystems. The Devore's architectural genius gave rise to new, resilient structures that stood as symbols of the galaxy's newfound unity. Humanity played a central role, sharing their indomitable spirit and capacity for hope. Earth and its colonies became hubs of cultural exchange and diplomatic dialogue, hosting delegations from across the galaxy. The solar system, once besieged and nearly brought to ruin, now shone as a beacon of what could be achieved when the galaxy stood together. The path to peace. The Coalition's efforts extended beyond physical reconstruction. The psychological scars of the Devourer War ran deep, with many species grappling with loss and trauma. A galaxy-wide initiative was launched to address these wounds, creating a network of support and healing that spanned worlds. The initiative brought together psychologists, healers, and counselors from various species, each contributing their unique approaches to healing and recovery. The Galactic Council. Perhaps the most significant outcome of the Coalition's victory was the establishment of the Galactic Council. This governing body, composed of representatives from all member species, was founded on the principles of mutual respect, cooperation, and shared governance. The Council's primary mission was to ensure that the horrors of the Devourer War would never be repeated, and to lay the groundwork for a peaceful and prosperous galaxy. The Council worked tirelessly to resolve disputes, allocate resources for reconstruction, and establish a framework for interstellar law and order. It also spearheaded the efforts to integrate the remaining Devourer factions into the galactic community, offering them a chance at redemption and a place in the new order. Legacy of the Starburn. As the galaxy embarked on this new era, the story of the Galactic Coalition and its stand against the Devourers became a tale of legend, Captain Elena Santos and the crew of the UNS Vanguard were celebrated as heroes, not just on Earth, but across the galaxy. Their courage, leadership, and vision for a united galaxy served as an enduring inspiration. The victory at the Nexus and the subsequent dawn of peace marked the beginning of what was later called the Age of Reconciliation. This period was characterized by unprecedented collaboration and innovation, as former adversaries became allies, and the collective knowledge and strength of the galaxy were harnessed for the common good. The legacy of the Starborn, as the coalition came to be known in the annals of galactic history, was a testament to the power of unity in the face of darkness. It was a reminder that even in the most dire of times, the light of hope, cooperation, and shared destiny could carve a path to a brighter future. A new dawn had broken over the galaxy, illuminating a path forward that was built on the foundations of unity, peace, and an unyielding commitment to the protection of all life. The Galactic Council, with Earth and its heroes at its heart, stood ready to guide the galaxy into this promising future, forever vigilant against the shadows of the past, but always looking forward to the horizon of possibility. In the years following the establishment of the Galactic Council and the dawn of the Age of Reconciliation, the galaxy flourished as never before. The unity forged in the crucible of war against the Devourers had evolved into a vibrant tapestry of interstellar cooperation, fostering a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity. This era, shaped by the sacrifices and heroism of the Galactic Coalition, came to be known as the Legacy of the Starborn, a tribute to those who dared to stand against the darkness and dream of a united galaxy. The Starborn Festival. The anniversary of the victory over the Devourers was commemorated galaxy-wide with the Starborn Festival, a celebration of life, unity, and the enduring spirit of cooperation that had saved the cosmos. Worlds across the galaxy, from the lush forests of Ixion to the sprawling urban landscapes of Earth, were alight with festivities. The festival was a mosaic of cultural expressions, with art, music, and traditions from countless species shared freely, weaving a rich tapestry of galactic heritage that spanned the stars. The Starborn Academy. Inspired by the unity of the Coalition, the Galactic Council founded the Starborn Academy, an institution dedicated to fostering interstellar diplomacy, cultural exchange, and the study of the sciences that had brought the galaxy together. Located on a neutral world at the heart of the galaxy, the Academy was a melting pot of species and ideas, where the brightest minds from across the cosmos gathered to learn from each other and explore the mysteries of the universe. The Academy became a symbol of the galaxy's commitment to peace and the pursuit of knowledge, offering courses in everything from advanced astrophysics to the art of diplomacy. Graduates of the Starborn Academy, known as Starborn Scholars, were highly sought after for their unique perspectives and ability to navigate the complexities of interstellar relations. The Starborn Initiative. Building on the legacy of cooperation, the Galactic Council launched the Starborn Initiative, a galaxy-wide project aimed at exploring uncharted territories and establishing contact with species yet unknown. The initiative was a testament to the galaxy's newfound resolve to reach out in friendship and solidarity rather than fear and suspicion. The UNS Vanguard, under the command of Captain Elena Santos, was refitted for this mission of exploration and peace. Alongside a fleet composed of ships from various coalition species, the Vanguard set out into the unknown, carrying with it the hopes and dreams of a united galaxy. These missions led to the discovery of new worlds and civilizations, expanding the coalition's reach and enriching the galactic community with new members and allies. The Peacekeepers. To safeguard the peace and security of the galaxy, the Galactic Council established the Peacekeepers, a multi-species military and humanitarian force trained to respond to crises and maintain order across the stars. The Peacekeepers, drawing on the combined military expertise of the coalition species, were revered not as conquerors, but as guardians of the peace, embodying the principles of justice and protection that were the hallmarks of the legacy of the Starborn. The Starborn Legacy. As the galaxy moved forward, the legacy of the Starborn, the heroes, the united species, and the dream of a peaceful cosmos continued to guide its path. The Galactic Council, with representatives from every corner of the galaxy, worked tirelessly to address the challenges of an ever-expanding community of worlds, ensuring that the lessons of the past were not forgotten. The legacy of the Starborn was more than a memory. It was a living, breathing ideal that shaped the present and the future of the galaxy. It stood as a testament to what could be achieved when beings from across the stars came together in the spirit of cooperation and shared destiny. In the heart of every world and the soul of every species that had stood together in the darkest of times, the Starborn legacy endured, a beacon of hope and a promise of a united future, shining brightly across the cosmos.